Yo, what's up guys, I'm Obey, your favorite Radiant Jet main, and welcome back to a brand new video. It's known that SoloQ is one of the hardest ways to rank up in Valorant, because you can only have so much impact by yourself. And you gotta rely on 4 random teammates each and every game. Is it even possible to hit Radiant by only SoloQing is a question I've actually been getting a lot now recently. And me myself have hit Radiant multiple times by only SoloQing. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing my secrets to mastering solo queuing with y'all. This video is gonna be broken down into 3 main sections. The first one is yourself, like what you should focus on to make sure you're winning your games and rounds. The second section is gonna be your teammates and how to play around them. Then the third section is just gonna be some extra tips that helped me solo queue to Radiant. One of the most important things to winning your games while solo queuing, if not the most important thing, is going positive KD. This may seem obvious and it might be a boring answer, but it's the truth. Going positive in your games will help you win your games in the long run. For those who don't know what positive is, it's basically when you got more kills than deaths. I'm not saying it's impossible to win games when going negative KD. I'm just saying it's gonna make it a lot easier to win when you're going positive. And now I don't mean you sitting in a ratty corner to make sure you don't die to stay positive KD. I don't mean either that you should play really scared just to stay positive KD. But some ways to make sure you stay positive KD is warming up your aim before your matches and making sure you're playing well before queuing into ranked. If my hands are cold or I'm not feeling my aim in deathmatches, I won't just go in queue knowing I won't hit my shots. That's one of the reasons losing queue starts. In Valorant, you should focus on quality over quantity in your ranked matches. I can drop another warm-up routine video if y'all want the updated version. If you want one, tell me in the comments. And when in game, after you get 1 kill, you shouldn't overheat and ego peak to try getting a second. Play with your team, play in numbers, play it safe. Another big tip that can help you rank up is stop being scared of losing your games. Don't think, oh, it's my rank up game, I gotta perform, I can't lose this. The worst case scenario is that you lose the game and you lose some digital numbers on a screen. Big deal, you can easily get them back next game. Don't be scared to play ranked, don't be scared to lose. A tip from me to stop caring is pretending like the ranks don't exist and that you're playing for fun. I know it sounds quite stupid, but it's actually a good way to make you perform better. You being nervous about losing the game will just make you perform worse. Confidence is key in Valorant. Get the mindset, I'm going to play good this game, I'm going to win this game, and if I lose, oh well, I can re-queue and get back the RR next match. You have to get rid of the fear of losing if you want to reach the higher ranks. Obviously that's a lot easier said than done. It takes a while to get that mentality, but it's a good thing to keep in mind. Let's move on to the next topic, teammates. How to play with bad teammates, how to play around your teammates as a solo player. One thing you should always keep in mind when playing Valorant solo queue is try being positive towards your teammates. Don't flame them, don't scream at them, because if you tilt your teammates, they're just gonna play worse and get toxic back, and in worst case, even troll your games. And we don't really want them to troll your games, do we now? The worst thing to do when having a teammate that's playing bad is getting mad at them. Instead, if they're having a bad game, be a supportive teammate and use a good person, because that will bring up the team morale and the vibe as well, which in the long run will make your game so much easier. Another important thing when solo queuing is having an IGL on your team. If no one in your team are calling strats and plays, you should be doing it. Having an IGL on the team making strats can win you so many free rounds. Making sure your team knows what to do and that they have a sense of direction every round is extremely important. And making sure everyone on the team are on the same page and following the same plan. For example, if you want to take mid on Ascent, you can ask your Sova to dart mid bottom, then ask your Omen to smoke catwalk. Just make some strats, they don't have to be too advanced to work. Just calling for utility I want from my teammates can get the comms going and win us so many rounds. And even if your teammates aren't communicating, you should still try communicating. Because just because your teammate isn't speaking doesn't mean they aren't listening. And that's pretty much all the tips I have for teammates. And let's move on to the last section of the video. The tips that have helped me a lot to get better at solo queuing. One big tip is to start practicing what you're bad at. It might sound a bit obvious, but it's important. For example, if you don't know how to op, then you practice that. If you got bad movement, then practice that. You got bad aim, then practice that. Maybe you gotta improve on an agent or lurking, practice that. Tackling things you aren't good at is very important for improving as a player. Another tip for playing better is to play like you're on an alt account. One issue I've seen a lot of players I've coached have is that on their main accounts they play way too passive. But when they go on alts, even if they're the same rank, they perform so much better. Because they don't care as much about losing, they're not scared, so they are a bit more aggressive. Even if it's the same rank, they still perform better. I think it's a really good way for entering flow state, and it's a really good thing you should practice doing. One tip that I have to try forgetting you're on your main account and play a bit more confident is switching to default skins. It might sound quite dumb, but it can actually help you more than you think. Now obviously you don't have to do that, but it's worth trying, it might help you. But that's it for me. I hope these tips will help you reach your dream rank solo queue. Comment if you want me to drop a new warm-up routine video, or what type of video you would like to see next. Love y'all, peace.